Okay, good evening, friends. Today we are going to discuss ethics. First thing first, I just want to know whether the screen is visible and my voice is audible. Is it audible, everyone? Good evening. Can someone speak? Whether I just want to know whether audio is clear from your side or not.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Arun. Good. I am trying to record this video so that people who couldn't attend, they can access this afterwards. So let me start. We are going to start with ethics, right? I said we will be discussing few things like I'll be discussing ethics, I'll be discussing essay writing, we will be discussing current affairs, and we will be discussing prelims this year, okay? Maximum, I'll try to make a video every day. I'll also try to make a video on the Hindu newspaper so that what are the things that we can have over a period of time that I will be discussing. So first thing first, I'll be starting with ethics because many people are asking me how to write answers for ethics. That is what their question is. And how to go about ethics at all. No, the first thing that I wanted to say about ethics is never go after videos or never go after reading more books. Never go after reading more books, more and more. The only thing about ethics is you should know some basics about what is what, and you should know how to write the answer. Ethics is all about writing. It is not about knowing the things, because everyone in their lifetime, they had some idea about ethics. You have some idea, I have some idea. If you give a case study, you know how to solve it, right? The only thing is how to present it on the paper is going to be the factor. So don't read many books, or don't read like there is one book in the market. Many people will say, I will read that. But it is very difficult if you go through the books. So rather what I suggest you is, if you are trying to gain ethics, simply look at some videos just for understanding the basics. And second thing is, you should write every day one answer. Irrespective of whether you know the things or not, you should write one answer every day. Then only we could be able to sustain the momentum over a period of time, and then only you can gain good marks. Ethics, again I say, ethics, there is nothing. You should know answer writing. How you know answer writing is, one, you should be well aware of the ethical terms. And you should be well aware of the justifications. Answer writing is justification. See, for example, in life, when I was attending Mr. Manoj Jha sir class in GS Core way back 3 years back, he said the same thing, you know, in life, there is nothing called right or wrong. In life, there is nothing called right or wrong. Whatever stand that you take, you have to justify it. Say, for example, you might have been preparing for UPSC for the past 5 years. To some others, it appears to be a wrong thing because your young life was invested in this. But to you, it appears to be good. The only thing is, what is that difference which appears to be wrong from their perspective, and what is that thing which appears to be correct from your perspective? The only difference is your justification. In life, you can take any decision, but You should have very strong justification, irrespective of that, what others feel. If your justification is strong, you are going to sustain whatever decision, not only in ethics. I'll come to the ethics in a while. But decision making in life is all about justifications. How, with what rationality you are justifying. Say, for example, if you want to marry someone which is against the will of your parents, then you should have a strong justification why you want to marry them, right? Even if they are convinced or whether they are not convinced, if your justification is strong, if you are going to your parents and if you are telling them that this is the reason why I am going to marry them, then it is going to fulfill, because your justification should be with such rationality. So what I say is, in life, there is nothing called right or wrong. Say, for example, if a fellow who is committed crime, who has killed someone, if you go and if you ask him from his perspective why he has killed him, then he will say his own justification, which appears that, okay, if I look from this angle, it is going to be correct. But if you look from law and order angle, it is going to be wrong, right? So what appears to be correct to me might not be correct to you. That doesn't mean that you are wrong or I am right. Everyone is right, everyone is wrong as per the justification. Today, so that is the universal fact. So there is nothing called, these are all humanity subjects. That is what I want to say. In humanities, there is nothing called 100% right or 100% wrong. In science, it can be 100%. Yes, gravitational force always acts towards the center of the earth, always, right? That is a fact. 100% it is true. But in humanities, this is not going to be the thing. Your perspective might be right, my perspective might be right. In your perspective, say, for example, affirmative actions of the government might be right. In my perspective, it might be wrong. Or in my perspective, reservations might be right. That may not be true to your perspective. Why? It all depends how you are justifying it, from which base you are justifying it. So the life is all about justifications. So what he said to us is, I still remember that. Whether you pass this exam, whether you don't pass this exam, whether you learn ethics or whether you don't learn ethics, you should learn only one thing. That is called, whenever you are taking justification, take a justification such that it will have some rationality. Rationality means logical thinking. If you are taking a decision based on rationality, if that justification is appeared to be true to you, then no need to worry about anyone in the world. If someone is preparing for 1 year and if they don't want to give this attempt and they want to give it next year, if your justification is strong, go ahead with it. So that is what he said, right? What is my point is, I repeat, whenever you are taking a decision in your life, there is nothing called this is right 100%, this is wrong 100%. The only thing which is going to differentiate between right and wrong is the justification aspect. Now, ethics is all about the same thing. Ethics exam is all about the same thing. They give you a question and they will ask you whether it is right or wrong. There should not be something like 100% right or 100% wrong. Depending upon the time, depending upon the space, right? Depending upon the space and time, it is going to be right or wrong, that will be determined. For example, again tell you, killing is a crime, right? Yes, everyone says that killing is a crime. But if the justification is that I want to kill a person in the war because he is going to kill me, then at that point of time, killing is justified, right? Otherwise, if I am coming onto the streets of Ashok Nagar and I am killing someone, then that is going to be wrong. So the point is this: whenever you are taking a stand in ethics, in humanities in general, and particularly in ethics, there is nothing called 100% true and 100% wrong. So that you have to remember. So first thing first, there is nothing called 100% correct or 100% wrong. In majority, even in our life also, there is nothing called 100% right or 100% wrong. You have to take a decision, and what is going to make it correct or wrong is your justification. What is your justification? On what circumstances you are saying that it is correct? On what circumstances you are saying that it is wrong? That is the only point which is going to sustain, right? So hope you are clear here. Now, why I wanted to say this is, particularly in ethics, ethics will be about answer writing. Again, I repeat, ethics is not about studying. It is about analyzing and it is about answer writing. So no need to read many books. You should have some basic understanding about the subject, about the syllabus. You should understand what are the components that were given in the syllabus. Once you understand that, the rest of the game is done. You have to justify. What do I mean by justify? Say, so for example, if someone says truth is always right, as said by Mahatma Gandhi, Satyameva Jayate, said by Gandhi, what is your stand on it? Then you will have some other opinion. You have to justify it. So what I say is ethics is about answer writing. And this answer writing is not from the perspective of some Lukman IAS or from someone in the town. Rather, it is answer writing from your perspective. To you, what is correct? To you, what is wrong? Right? And how you are going to justify your perspective is about ethics. Look at any question that I have shared previously, whether that is prelims, whether that is case studies or whether that is general questions. They will ask you to take a stand and they will ask you whether that is right or wrong, right? So ethics is, and you are not going to get the same exact definition or the same exact case study in any book. You should understand the scale in which what they are speaking and you should give justification, and how to give justification from your perspective. That is the thing. Now your perspective will be built by going through the syllabus, right? You should know what are the components in the syllabus and how your perspective can be developed over a period of time, right? Say for example, Satyameva Jayate, it is said by Gandhiji. If I say that Satya will never win or truth never wins, said by Dhananjay, no, it is not going to carry any essence to the examiner, because who is Dhananjay to him? So the thing is, when you are preparing, you should prepare in that extent. Okay, who has said this thing, which gives my justification a strong reason, right? Say for example, if something is said by some great person, then that carries some message. I always used to say the same thing. Say for example, when you are watching cricket, right? If you are watching near a pawn shop and if you are commenting on Virat Kohli's batting, that he shouldn't play the ball like this, he should have played like this, or he should have set the field like this. Now, if you are commenting it in a pawn shop by having your pawn and by looking at the TV set which is present in the pawn shop, that is not going to carry any value to Virat Kohli. Rather, imagine this: if you are sitting in that commentary box like Harsha Bhogle or like Sunil Gavaskar, if you are sitting in that commentary box and if you are saying that what Virat Kohli playing is wrong or what he has said is wrong, then it is going to carry some image. So the point here is, from which perspective, that is your perspective. Your perspective is based on what? On what value your perspective is being built. Either it is saying by you yourself or it is being having a foundation of some great personality. There is a lot of difference between if I say that ahimsa should be followed or if Gandhi says ahimsa should be followed. Now, your perspective doesn't mean, I said ethics is about your perspective. Now, your perspective doesn't mean that you have to give only your way of writing. Your perspective should be backed up by some personality or some theory. I repeat, I said ethics is, I repeat right from the beginning what I said. I said ethics, answer writing is not about reading, it is about writing, understanding the situation and writing. And whenever we are writing, it is a humanities subject. There is nothing called 100% right or 100% wrong. The only thing which is going to justify, to me, what appears to be right might not be appearing right to other person. Sir, one suggestion, we thought Zoom ID is 528069. 1 second. Is there any difference in Zoom ID? I have pinned it, right? Is it the same ID or something different? Can anyone let me know that? Is the Zoom ID different that I am using? Is it audible? Mm-hmm. So do you want me to come out and connect again? Do you want me to disconnect this and connect through the Zoom link again? Do something. At least someone, you paste this link in the Telegram group. Okay. I didn't expect that there is some reason like this. Someone please do it. Share this link that I am sharing, that I am taking the class, right? Rukmini, please type that, the same thing, that the Zoom ID is this. Right. Let me continue. Wonderful. Right. Let me continue. The place where I am telling. Right. What I'm saying about ethics. And what is my point is, whenever you are preparing for ethics, read minimum number of books. Read minimum. I say only one book is enough. That too to cover the basics. No need to read many number of books. Rather, even if you are not following a book, if you have some videos, then look at them to complete it. Or else you can have just a good look at our videos that we are making, then that will be completely fine, because I am not going to take much time about the basics. Rather, I will be focusing on how to write the answers. So this is the thing. And I said ethics is all about answer writing. And if you look at the previous questions in answer writing, they are going to ask you your perspective. They are going to ask what is ethics in this. So whenever they ask, you have to write your perspective on it. Now, what I said, whenever you are writing your perspective, justifications differ from my perspective to your perspective, right? Answer writing is about justification. Ethics is all about justification. Ethics is all about justification. What is justification? What is right? What is wrong? Why that is right? Why that is wrong? Anyone can say this is right, this is wrong, right? But the thing is, why that is right, why that is wrong? In what perspective that is right and what perspective that is wrong? Your perspective might be one thing, which might differ with the other person, but why? You should give clarity. And when you are giving that clarity, give that clarity from the perspective of commentary box, that is from that Harsha Bogle's words or from Sunil Gavaskar's words. What do I mean by that? Perspective of backed by some theory or by some famous personality. Right? And your justification should contain, whenever you are justifying based on some theory, then it is going to be of good value. What do I mean by theory? This theory we'll study again in the syllabus itself. I will show where that theory is there in the syllabus. But let us look, right? While taking a decision, while taking any decision in the government, right? Government should take any decision based on majority perspective. Right? Say, for example, construction of a dam. If it wants to construct a dam, then minority has to suffer. What is that minority here? Minority has to suffer in the sense that people who are staying in and around that locality, they has to get rehabilitation and resettlement, obviously, because for the larger good of the community, this minority has to be displaced. They have to be displaced at any cost. Now, if they ask a question, like government, whenever they are doing a decision, they should consider everyone, even the minorities. Then what is your stand on that? Here perspectives come, here theories will come. One theory says that you look at the majority perspective. Other theory says that you look at the minority perspective. Other theory says that you look at all stakeholders' perspective, irrespective of majority, minority, you look at all stakeholders' perspective. So this thing, we learn it in theories. You have one chapter called Dimensions of Ethics. In that dimensions, this thing will be sure. Once you learn dimensions, your justifications is going to be strong. So this is how you justify from the perspective of theory. From famous personality, I said, we have to be ready with some quotations of famous personalities, and we should be very ready with some personalities. From where do these personalities come? The personalities come from your history, ancient history, medieval history, modern history. You can take the examples of anyone who has done something good. For example, secularism, take Akbar. If you want to portray negative about secularism, you can use about Aurangzeb, right? Modern personalities such as social reformers, Raja Ram Mohan Rai, right? Whoever the social reformers, right? Starting from Raja Ram Mohan Rai, whoever has been involved in this modern social reforms, you can use them, right? This is from their perspective, irrespective of the circumstances, they have struggled very lot. So you can give examples in this way. Or else you can also justify one thing from your theories, the second thing from famous personalities, the third thing from the quotations of famous personalities that we have studied. The fourth thing is about from the famous laws that has been in news or that has been in Constitution of India, like preamble says this, directive principles of state policy says this, fundamental duty says this, fundamental rights says this, hence there has to be safeguarded at any cost. You can give one justification saying that because of this, this has to be done, right? And then Another thing is Supreme Court judgments. You can say, okay, Supreme Court has recently given this judgment, so it has to be correct in this way. Or else you can take from current affairs itself. Like why tolerance? If the question is there on tolerance, why tolerance has to be cultivated in the society? What is the importance of tolerance? Tolerance is going to be directly linked with the so-called discussion and debate. Whenever there is tolerance, there will be good discussion. Whenever there is good discussion, obviously it is going to lead to some good laws. Otherwise, if there is no good discussion, you can write example. If there is no tolerance in the society, what it is going to happen? It is going to happen similar to the Farm Acts, which were introduced without any discussion because there was no tolerance of the opposition views. Right? You can, this is the thing. Writing is one thing, justifying that is the other thing. So answer writing in ethics. I said ethics is about answer writing, and answer writing in ethics is all about justification. What is the stand that you are taking and why you are taking that stand? That is the only thing. How your justifications are there? Again, I repeat, your justifications are there from the theory that we study in the syllabus. Your justifications are going to be from the personalities, the social reformers that the syllabus again contains. Your justifications are going to be from the modern for personalities. For example, you can get personalities from history. You can get personalities from administrator's side. You can get personalities from social reformer side. Then you can use some quotations to justify your answer. You can also use certain constitutional principles, again, which is a source of justification. You can use some current affairs news which are happening. If you are using these type of justifications, then your answer is going to be fulfilled. So to conclude, what is ethics? Ethics is about answer writing only. How to write answer? Take a stand. Take a stand. Whatever they ask, take a stand. You should have a stand on the question, what they are saying. Right? You should take a stand and then justify your stand. Taking a stand, any fellow can take. Even an 8th class student can take a stand. Killing is a crime. Yes, that person also says that killing is a crime. But justify why it is. How that justification has to be? Justification has to be not from my perspective or your perspective. It has to be based on some famous personality. It has to be based on some laws like Constitution of India. It has to be like from current affairs. It has to be like quotations of great people. Right? Whenever you are studying in ethics, you have to study this. It has to be from theory. Answer writing, ethics is this. This is the only thing. Now, people, what they do is normally they study books, but they don't concentrate on these things. And they study the books and the book will never get completed. Say, for example, if there is one question like malfeasance, right? They will study that this year they have asked a question on malfeasance. Right? They will be looking for a book which contains this. No. There will be no book which contains these things or what UPSC is going to ask. UPSC will be always a step ahead. So the better strategy is you should know what is in the syllabus. At least you should be able to know that dimensions. You should know the meaning of ethics. You should know the meaning of accountability. You should know the meaning of integrity because they are directly given in the syllabus. So the first thing is know what is there in the syllabus. That is the first thing. If you know that, come and apply that. If they give something apart from the syllabus, try to link with this. How? Write a general definition of that. Whatever you know about it. General definition. Whatever you know. If you don't know about values, if you have not studied any book. But what is value as per to you? Write it and then give some justifications. Answer writing in ethics is justifications, and this justification is this. I hope you got what I mean to say. So what I said, what is ethics? Ethics is not studying anything. It is writing more and more, thinking more and more. Even you can discuss with your friends. If you have some 4 or 5 friends or 3 friends or 2 friends, you can sit together. You can take a case study and then you can discuss. If you are in this place, how you solve this. If you are in this place, how I solve it. if this is, what is this to you? What is this to me? Because this is a game. That's it. You can discuss even with your parents, right? Whenever you can discuss, whenever there is a possibility, you discuss with them. Okay, this is a case study. How you look at it, and then you start thinking. Okay, this is how the case can be solved. This is how the answer can be attempted. But answer should contain your stand, justified by these things: theories, persons, laws, constitution, current affairs, and quotations. Right? More or less, we have shared it. Now the second part is, whenever we are preparing, I said you prepare from previous year questions, because previous year questions give you dimensions for thinking. I discussed this in my last class, taking one example of food processing industries, if you do remember. Right? So look at the previous year questions and you can use the same vocabulary. You can use the same keywords in your answer writing whenever you are writing that. So this is the second thing. Whether you read some book or whether you look at the videos or not, have a brief idea about the previous year questions, how they are analyzed. Already Rukmini has shared it in the group, how the things are divided, right? So that is the second thing. Now, justification doesn't mean that you write in your own language. That is the second thing. You don't write in your own language. Use the words, subject sensitive words. I used to say this right from day one. Whenever you are writing, subject sensitive words has to be used. What is this subject? Ethics. So you should use ethics sensitive words. How can you get the ethics sensitive words? Again, from your previous year questions and from your syllabus, right? And whenever you read some basic book, you can use that. So this is how it is going to be, right? In 3 minutes, it is going to be disconnected. I'll correct it again, okay? But this is the thing. First thing, what is ethics? Ethics is about answer writing, how to write, justification, how to justify. I will take a stand and I am going to present that stand based on these fellows: persons, laws, constitution, quotations, theories, general definitions, justifications. And whenever I am writing, I will use some subject sensitive words, right? From where do I get these subject sensitive words? Again, from previous year questions or from the syllabus. Majority of the subject sensitive words will be got, and then you can use some basic books. That's it. Don't read much. Apply your thinking. So this exam is not about reading. Particularly ethics is not about reading. It is about thinking and giving your own stand. Let me go to the syllabus once. Now, if you look at the syllabus, one thing you can understand is, observe the syllabus carefully. The first chapter says ethics, human interface, essence, determinants, and consequences of ethics in human actions. Dimensions of ethics, ethics in private and public sphere, human values, and then they said what are the values: attitude, aptitude, emotional intelligence, and contribution of moral thinkers. Until this point, contribution of moral thinkers and philosophers in the world. Until this point, this is the basics of ethics, foundational values, foundations for ethics. And the rest of the things: public, civil services in administration, ethics in administration, probity in governance. This is ethics in practice. Or applied ethics, or ethics in practice. So whatever you study about, you are going to come and you are going to show them in these values or in these. So syllabus, if you look, understand this first part until this contribution of moral thinkers, philosophers from India and the world, right? Until this point, they will have something called basics of ethics. We'll try to understand ethics as such. We'll try to understand what is the content in this, what is the subject in this, what is the definition of this. That's it. But when you come to the second part, that is applied ethics, it is going to be whatever you read above, this is going to be in administration. Now, case studies is something which is related to the whole theoretical application. Right? Theoretical application means whatever we study all this, right from